Alright, on today's vlog, we're going to talk about the Escort Max 360 radar detector. I've had several people ask me which one I'm running, so I figured I'd do a review and maybe help somebody else out. Keep from getting some tickets. So let me zoom in on it here. Cut it on. Okay. This right here, this is your overspeed indicator. Now what that'll do, you can set it up to whatever speed you want. And make sure you turn your volume up. I have to turn my volume all the way up so I can hear. This car's can get pretty loud, but set it to whatever you want. When you go above it, it'll yell at you and say overspeed, overspeed. So this right here is your GPS speedometer. I actually use it in the Lamborghini because it's a lot easier to read than the speedometer in this thing. And this right here tells you your signal strength. It comes from both sides. And over here, this is the cool thing. It tells you the direction the radar is coming from, whether it's front, rear, or side. And it's pretty accurate. So that's just a up close and personal on the display of the radar detector. But we're going to go for a drive and talk about it some more. Alright, let me start out first by saying that Escort Max didn't give me a radar detector. I bought my own, caught it on sale at Best Buy. Watched some YouTube videos on reviews on radar detectors and decided to go with that one. But some of those videos I watched, they are wrong. A lot of them said that you don't get false signals. Well, every time I go by a CVS pharmacy, I get a false signal. I don't know what it is, but it just goes bananas. But I will say this, the good news is after you go by it several times, the GPS will save it and eventually it'll quit giving a false signal. So that's the good thing about the Escort Max 360. It does do that. Testing now I've tested it in several cars. Right now we're rolling in the Lambo, but I normally use it in this car because I tend to misbehave. But one thing I will say about it, if you're running down an interstate, you know, and you're rolling excessively above the speed limit, when you get a signal, I don't care if it's 1 bar, you better let off, because it's picking it up so far away that you have time to either brake or let off the accelerator, and you know you can get slowed down before you get zapped. I've also tested it in the city limits. I went through a speed trap about 4 or 5 times, and it even with heels and turns, I still picked up that trap anywhere from 0.8 miles to half a mile. So it's still enough notice, you know, where you can slow down. And also, I don't know, I'm sure every state is different, but I've noticed that here, what the highway patrol will do is they won't be running radar all the time. What they'll do is they'll flip it on you, because I picked up a signal way the hell out, and you know, I slowed down. You know, it was 1 bar and I slowed down, but it quit going off, and then, you know, I'm still running the speed limit, and then it just bam, full signal strength, you flip the radar on and just zap me. So that's one of the things you really got to be careful for. If he's turning it on and off, you can still catch it, but don't let your guard down, because he's out there somewhere, and you know, if I would have sped back up, he would have got me. So, but all in all, you know, I can't really say anything bad about this radar detector. It's saved me several times, so you know, I'm sure I'll get popped eventually, and that's just how it rolls. But if you're looking for a radar detector that's good bang for the buck, I recommend the Escort Max 360. Have a great day.